Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Michael Suras, or Mikey, as you know me in gaming on Steam. I'm the lead game designer on Insurgency Sandstorm. Welcome to our official live stream broadcast. It is June 22nd. We are 6:04 p.m. Mountain Time, streaming live from our new studio here in Calgary, in Alberta, Canada. You'll hear a little bit of background noise. There's a party going on outside, so apologies for the background music and thuds and bumps. The building's even vibrating a little bit. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be answering questions that you guys have. For people watching on Steam, welcome. If you want to ask us a question, go to twitch.tv/newworld and let us know. I see everybody saying hello in the chat. There's already been some questions. Thank you very much, everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to first have a quick period where we, well, might not be very quick depending on the amount of questions we get. We're going to have a period where we answer all these different questions that people have and just talk about the game in general, and then we're actually going to hop into the game and get things rolling from there. So, without further ado, Deadass Mikey got a nice cut. Thank you. Does it look okay? I don't know. I don't like my facial hair, but thank you. I keep killing myself. So let's just jump right into it. Okay. Once again, we're going to answer some questions. If you're watching on Steam right now, know that this game is Insurgency Sandstorm. It's a hardcore tactical first-person shooter, multiplayer, PvP, and cooperative video game set in a Middle Eastern setting. High lethality, low time to kill, minimal HUD, a game that kind of strikes the balance between the simulation games like Arma and Squad and the real fast-paced ones like Battlefield or Call of Duty. We offer a unique kind of experience that really isn't much like any of those things, but if you had to compare it, it's somewhere in between. It's 30% off right now. That's $21 USD, but it's free this weekend, so you could just try it and see what you think. So, give us your questions, twitch.tv/newworld. Eyes are right here on the chat, looking right at it. Just let us know what you got. You have motion blur on, says, hi Mike, did you miss me? Yes, we laughed about you later that night. Motion blur was here yesterday telling us to turn off motion blur. And we did. We did. The whole chat wanted it, so we had to oblige them. Is the snowy map Sinjar but Christmas? First question. Well, it's snowy. It's not Christmas related necessarily, but just speaking very generally, for people who don't know, we add free post-release content to the game every couple months usually, but we're still working out the rate at which it's going to be appearing. And one of the things we have planned for 2019, among new weapons and new game modes, is 2 new maps. One of them is a snowy version of a map we used to have in the original Insurgency called Sinjar. So that map is going to be coming back, but we decided to give it a bit of a visual overhaul. We wanted to give it a more mountainous vibe, and thus, we want to give it some snow. A lot of people, they play our game and they say, hey, the game's awesome, but we want more varied settings, we want more diverse locations. We added a map called Outskirts, which has a lot of diverse locations. It's got like a shanty town, it's got this construction site, the gameplay gets very vertical, and it's also got this compound area. Just in general, it's in like a more green part of the Middle East that you would expect. And it makes sense. We also had a ministry map that we just added now, which is more interior focused, also a classic actually from the original Insurgency. And now we're going to do a snow map because we want to provide people with different kinds of environments from this setting, because it is really diverse. It's not just, desert towns. Let's get some ball caps, says someone. Well, there's ball caps in the game, if that's what you mean. There's baseball caps. You can have them forward, or you could have them backward. They're definitely in. So let's see. So I'm seeing a lot of questions. So once again, like, if we miss your question, just go ahead and throw it right back up. There's a lot that might be coming down in the chat. And also, once we get to gameplay, I'll still be doing my best to answer questions. There's a couple developers in the chat too, so feel free to put them in there, and we'll get to them the best that we can. Tom asked, can you look into XP after losing all 3 checkpoint rounds at the last point? You play for about an hour plus, get less XP than 1 game of TDM. Yeah, it's something that we could look into. We could possibly adjust that. It's felt especially severe when you play a mode like Frenzy or Hardcore Co-op, which is the mode Hardcore Checkpoint, because in those situations you might be losing a little more often. By the way, guys, are you hearing the music? I just want to double check. I wanted to give us a little bit of background music from the main menu. Let me know if it's no good. Okay, good. Can the audio occlusion be improved on Ministry so sounds on floors above or below you don't sound like they're right next to you? If you can show us a video of what it is exactly that you're experiencing, that's something we could definitely look into. Usually the way that we set it is each area is assigned like whether it's interior or exterior. I don't know if that's what's causing you to feel like they're actually right next to each other, if it's just like some sort of audio bug. Either way, please take a video, post it on our forums, email us at support@newworldinteractive.com. We can look into it. Someone asks, so what new weapons for sure can we expect in future updates? Well, I'm glad you asked. First, if Kara from our community team, if I could get you to please link the roadmap community update, that would be good. This community update and this roadmap image explains what's coming just in 2019. In 2019, we can confirm that 2 new weapons that are going to be coming are the AS Val and the Tavor 7. Both those weapons are going to be coming for the Insurgent and security teams respectively, but they will be coming in separate updates. So if you want to guess the counterpart to the Tavor 7 on the Insurgent team and the counterpart to the AS Val on the security team, feel free. We already know what they are, but you don't yet. As for other weapons, can confirm also there's going to be a Galil and a Galil SAR, just like we had in the original Insurgency. The Galil SAR they're both going to be chambered in 5.56. The Galil SAR is just like a shorter barrel, slightly modernized version of the Galil. A couple people asking about weapon skins. Weapon skins are something that we've done a couple surveys with our community. We do surveys with our community to figure out what they want to see the most in the game. And one of the things that people did vote pretty highly on as far as new content or features or whatever was weapon skins or some sort of weapon customization in general. And that is something that we're looking into. Yeah, it's quite a beast. There's a lot of different ways that we can take it, but it's definitely something that we want to at least explore adding to the game. We don't have any plans for it for this year. It's something that could potentially come next year or late this year, but we don't know yet. As of right now, the stuff we can pretty much guarantee, barring any issues or whatever, is what you see in the roadmap, which I see Kara linked there under the Twitch New World account. That's the new weapons, the AS Val, the Tavor 7, the Sinjar Snowy remake, another map we've yet to announce. It's a secret. And what else? Night maps, various different modding tools, including custom map stuff, custom game rules, all kinds of different things. A lot of different stuff. So you can check out that image. Any plans to add different world military divisions like in Day of Infamy? No, we don't have any plans for that. The way we approached our character customization was one that was way more granular than in Day of Infamy. In Day of Infamy, honestly, it was historical and it worked very well for the kind of game that it was being, but it didn't really work very well as far as a production standpoint. We wanted to have you unlock something, right? And you would unlock an entire uniform for the Fallschirmjäger unit, like German paratroopers. And it was a unique outfit and a uniform, and it was really cool and everything, but we didn't have that many unlocks. There were only 30-something, I think. And now we have hundreds of different things. And you don't just say, oh, I want to be a Fallschirmjäger and look like all the other Fallschirmjäger units. Now it's, oh, I want this helmet with this camo, with these goggles, etc., etc. That's been our approach. That's been the way that we want to do it, is keeping things granular and letting people just customize themselves the way they want to, unlocking lots of different things and looking very distinct from each other. This fits our game narratively because narratively, both of our factions are made up, they're very eclectic. On the security, you've got local security forces like the regular and militia voices, the local Arab fighters that might be from some paramilitary organization, from the local police, the local SWAT, the local regular military, the federal police, whatever, what have you, local special operations teams, those voices. And then you've got the foreign ones, the Americans, at least for now, that are the Spec Ops voice. Any of those characters could be caught wearing any of those kinds of camouflages. In our research and talking to our advisors, we found that in these settings that inspired our setting, it's a fictional setting, but in the settings that inspired it, Afghanistan, Yemen, Syria, Iraq, all those different places, people wear a lot of different things and they use a lot of different equipment. So for the insurgents, we took an approach where it was more about having these rebel fighters, right, wearing civilian clothing because they're just insurgents, right? They're just civilians that have an issue with the government. And then they've got their clandestine operatives that are helping them, these foreign Russian-speaking mercenaries, all these different kinds of things. those guys wear the more casual civilian stuff and the kind of tacky stuff too, because they just bought this vest off of Alibaba or Amazon or whatever, because they need their airsoft gear to attach to their weapons, which is a thing in that theater of war, believe it or not. Are there any new voice actors going to be in the game? As of now, we have no plans for that. When we polled our community, most people asked for new stuff like weapons, maps, etc., all the stuff we've been talking about. Voices could come later, but as of right now, it's not within our plans. Where is the all-black camo brew for security? I gotta cap the tactical shit. Well, first of all, Untitled, thank you very much for posting a question with all capital letters. That made it much easier to see, and I'm very grateful that you were able to do that and help. That really helps with the flow and legibility of your question, so thank you. Please, everybody remember to type in all caps exclusively if you have a question, because your question is the most important. We did try all black camouflage for the Insurgents. It was just all black, like, clothing, and then the meta kind of became, oh, just wear all black and then hide in the corner. It didn't really feel very good, and it didn't look very cool or distinct or anything. So it's better for us to make sure that each faction has their own different character recognition and their own different unique color palette. One thing we've talked about doing maybe is for co-op mode, maybe we can be a little more lax with the customization options. That would mean if you played the security in co-op, you would have a whole separate character, right? That character could wear a plaid shirt from the Insurgent team, or jeans from the Insurgent team, or hell, like fingerless gloves, or whatever, You'd still have your security gear, right? Maybe that gear could be black. Maybe your fatigues, your battle dress blouse, your battle dress trousers, maybe those could be black too, like Iraqi Special Operations Forces do. There's all different kinds of cool stuff we could do, but we just have to be really careful with character recognition. Be a little more flexible in co-op, though. Add Outskirts to skirmish mode, asks somebody. Yeah, it's something that we have talked about before, but I think that we'd have to really test it. It's something Zack Snyder made, Outskirts. I interviewed him in a community update. Kara, if you want to link that one too, please. It's a little tricky. We have to still play test that. Seeing some questions here. Sorry, excuse me. Flip Anton is asking a question. I think that I missed it, and I can see that you're upset. That's okay. Just go ahead and throw your question in the chat, and we'll be sure to answer it. Will there be new vehicles added? No, we do not have any. We do not have any plans for new vehicles. We'd rather focus our resources on other new content, like again, new modes, weapons, etc. Vehicles are cool, but that would require a lot of production, and we'd have to test them on all the different maps and make sure it feels fun. Honestly, vehicles in our game are supplemental, like the intention with vehicles is to just make it where they make the infantry combat more interesting. So as far as what we want to focus on, it's just not our focus, really. There's Flip Anton's question. What is going on with the hitboxes for rocket launchers and grenade launchers? I keep killing myself with them somehow. This problem has been in the game since launch. Yes, whenever that happens, it's typically, or maybe not typically, but it can be a level issue where the area, basically the hitbox area or the capsule or whatever you want to call it, the bounds of an object will be bigger than the actual object is, right? Whenever that happens, just take a screenshot and let us know. We can adjust that on level design front. Aside from that, it could also be something with the launcher, the rocket itself, or the grenade itself. Just post it on the forums. Email support@neworldinteractive.com. I think you mentioned earlier you had already done that, but honestly, as many examples as possible is helpful to us, and it's something we can definitely look into. Do you know why the 1911 suppressor costs 3 supply? It's 2 for the rest of the pistols. That's a bug. That's why. That's because it's a mistake. So, if you could please, I'll make a note of that right now, actually. That's a simple one. People who are just watching, my name is Michael Surhas, or Mikey. As you know me in gaming on Steam. I'm the lead game designer on this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. If you're watching on Steam, go to twitch.tv/newworld. We're answering your questions, hanging out in the chat. We're going to play a little bit later. Oh, I already got a message from one of our programmers, Bruce Crum, who asks me if we should change the suppressor thing. Yes, Bruce, please change that. The pistols should all be a consistent 2 supply points. I'm not sure why the 1911 would be 3. Bruce, please check co-op and versus. The competitive version should be 1 supply higher, but can just double check on that because they're typically 1 supply higher. But yeah, as far as co-op and versus go, it should definitely be like that. Batty says, okay, so what's with the 50 cal's fire rate? Super slow. I fired one faster IRL, please. Yeah, actually, a couple people mentioned this to me earlier today. Everything that is in the game, we do realism influences that, right? Realism is a part of that, but it's not the determining factor, right? The determining factor is fun and gameplay. When we first put 50 cals in, people were running around with them at their hips and engaging people in close quarters, and it just felt a little bit goofy. So we did a couple things, like early in testing, I think the fire rate was one of the things that we adjusted. We got rid of the laser sights too. Honestly, like as far as using 50 caliber sniper rifles go, even if you can literally fire it faster in real life, like it's more about just the kind of gameplay. We can't accurately simulate everything that makes all the nuances and subtleties of real life. It won't translate well necessarily to gameplay, even if you can do it literally, because we can't accurately simulate movement and fatigue and sway and weight and exhaustion, all these different things. So even if that is kind of the way it happens realistically, just please understand, like in this abstraction of reality that is, Insurgency, Sandstorm, the first-person shooter video game, we make tweaks here and there and we change things, so it's not going to be like real life all the time. One thing we could do though is we could improve the fire rate in certain areas, like maybe if you're bipoded. Ostensibly a person who's bipoded can be hammering on that trigger but keeping that kind of recoil that the game enforces on the character's arms and hands, and maybe that could work better. So the fire rate could be improved if you're actually established bipoded or something. That could be an option. ADS fire rate improvement. Yeah, maybe it's just when you're in ADS. And maybe the recoil is a little higher, if you're standing moving versus if you're just standing, maybe it comes down a little bit. Killnader says, Mikey was my Steam friend, then he deleted me, I promise. I always do purges of my Steam friends, sorry, like I'm not available on Steam friends. If you want to get in touch with us, and this isn't dismissive, it's just the reality, post on the forums and let us know, because we don't want people lobbying for changes, right? Talking to us privately like little Rasputins. No, post it on the forums, like we're there, we'll respond, we'll talk. I'm on Reddit, everybody's on Reddit, and we're all over. Even if you don't see us, don't worry, we're reading. Hand Sanitizer asks, how big is the team? About 35 people. A lot of us are remote. To give you some comparison, I always draw this comparison. There's like 500 people at DICE, 1,200 people at Riot Games, hundreds and hundreds of people that work on Call of Duty, even just from the development studio. The Farm 51, I think, has like more than 90 or 100 people. We're like 35. A lot of us are contractors. We are a small team. Are you planning on adding weapon skins that are unlocked like in Day of Infamy? And if not, please do. Oh, maybe. That could be cool. First, we got to figure out a weapon customization system. And, it's possible that we'd rather tie it into our appearance credit system, right? Where you level up and you get 100 credits and you unlock a random thing. We'd rather focus on that and like tie all the systems together because it's intuitive and simple. But we could also do some exclusive unlocks. That'd be pretty cool. New survey after the Sinjar remaster. We might do it sooner. I mentioned on the stream yesterday, we were with our founder and CEO, Jeremy Blum, and he was saying, or we were both saying, we want to do another survey like after the free weekend, I think, because we've got so many new people that have come into the community. I don't know if we necessarily want to wait until we've released the new map. What is you working on right now? Kara, if you could link the roadmap post again, that's some of the stuff that we're working on right now. New maps, new weapons, etc. It's all there in the roadmap image. Night maps, modding tools. Why can't we disable chromatic aberration? Well, that's something that I'd have to look into. I'm not actually sure, to be honest. There might be a technical reason for that. With the new remastered Sinjar, is the plan for new maps going to be the close-range source maps, or are further maps going to be the mid to long-range launch maps? We're going to have maps be at a variety of sizes, but we're not going to deviate too much. We're not going to make like COD 4 shipment-style maps, and we're also not going to make enormous squad or battlefield-style maps. We're going to kind of stay the course, I guess you could say, with our map sizes as they are now, as long as they feel good in all of our modes. Ministry might be a little, I'm pretty sure it's smaller in general than, well, it's got to be, right? But it still feels good on a lot of our different layouts. It's really just about getting maps that feel good in all the different game modes. When can we join our friends who are already playing in a server, like in the OG Insurgency? That's coming. We had hoped to get that ready for the free weekend. I really wanted that, man. Like, it's super convenient. But unfortunately, we had to focus on other things. But we are going to add that. So now if you like get in a game and you have to leave and come back, or if your buddy's just in a game, you can join the party and then you can join them straight into their game. It'd be super convenient and nice if we could do that. Right now you have to redo the party. Link says, Mike, you're looking good with that fresh trimmed beard. Thank you, thank you. Unbeatable asks, Unbeatable Dueler says, have you looked into going more in depth with weapon customization like in Escape from Tarkov? Yeah. If you take a look at the roadmap post, Kara, if you want to link it again, everybody should look at this post because it'll answer a lot of your questions. There's a lot of good details in there. We basically wanted to flesh out the weapon upgrade system, the weapon attachment system. We're going to add a lot of different foregrips. I know Tarkov has a lot of foregrips. They got a lot of shit in general in there in that game. It's a good game. But we're going to have different foregrips that have different abilities for you, like one that reduces your aim down sights time, one that increases the speed that you draw the primary at, one that will reduce your sway, one that you can hold down, focus, and also move at the same time. It would enable you to do that, things like that. Mad Hornet says, when is it? Mad Hornet 69, it conjures up a funny image. When is it coming to console? Right now we're planning on 2019. Don't have any more information on that, unfortunately. Did you know that melee charging stops the charged player from shooting their firearm for about 2 seconds, and if so, is this intentional? This is actually related to our barrel length system. Like if you go straight up to something, naturally your arms are going to have to bring the weapon down, right? Because you don't have the space to put the weapon in front there. However, we've gotten some feedback from some people that have said, oh, this is kind of annoying, especially in Frenzy, so we're considering other options to make that not happen. Maybe pulling the weapon back even further, but like kind of pointing it up, which would require some new animations, but that could be happening. We don't really want people to just be clipping their guns through the front. We could also just kind of have the bots come back a little bit. Don't know. There's a bunch of different solutions that we're exploring with that. Anonymous says, why isn't co-op giving me any XP right now? Won a match, lost a match. Lol. Well, if you could take a screenshot and be more specific, that's something we could look into. If you lose a co-op match, you do get less XP. We didn't want a situation where people were just grinding co-op. We wanted people to really be earning their XP, you know, just like you would in a game like Vermintide or whatever. But it might be a little too extreme right now. Someone mentioned that earlier, Tom did. So maybe it's something we could adjust. Just post on the forums on Reddit and let us know what you feel like would be fair. And provide examples if you think something's actually bugged. Water break. And asks, are you going to make level progression faster? No, we don't have any plans for this. Levels are really just two things. They're an expression of how much you've been playing the game, right? And a way to get unlocks, basically. All our unlocks, though, they're cosmetic, right? They're just pixels, man. It's not going to give you a better gun. It's not going to give you a better upgrade. It's not going to make you any better than anybody else in your server. So we feel like we did play with our XP adjustments a lot. We ended up reducing the cost of all the items a lot, substantially, by like 30% or something, generally speaking. I can't say it very specifically. and we also awarded people like 1,000 credits right when they boot up the game. And we did that like way back during the beta, I think. We feel like this is pretty fair. Again, like you're just unlocking cosmetic stuff, so it's not like you're really missing out. We want people to earn their stuff. One thing we might do in the future, and this is something we're trying to be very transparent about, is allow players to buy like a shortcut option, right? You could just buy these appearance credits with real money, and then you would get some, and then you would use those to buy whatever thing you wanted to wear, right? And we understand this is a bit of a contentious issue, right? Microtransactions and all that. But honestly, we want to keep developing Sandstorm. We want to keep providing people with new content. We add all this content for free. New weapons, new maps, new weapon upgrades, new game modes. All of that is free, and we want to continue to fund that development. So this is a secondary option. It's totally optional that people can do to get themselves cool stuff, show their support for us, and if they want, it's just a shortcut for players like you who might be annoyed with the grind. But you're not going to get exclusive content. It's not going to be something where you can only buy these items. It's just tied into the existing system. Just don't make it a surprise mechanic and all should be good. It's not a surprise mechanic, no. I think I know what you're referring to when you say that. It's nothing like that, and we are not that. But curious to hear your thoughts if you guys feel like that's the right way to go. This is what we're exploring right now. Our Insurgents getting some better fire support for the commander. Security support seems to be way better right now. Yeah, it's hard to beat air power, right? It is something that is a bit asymmetric with the two factions. We couldn't just have it be the same. It is a game about Insurgency after all. But there are some things perhaps that we could do to make it a little better, adjust cooldowns or fire support amounts, or nerfing the helicopters a little bit. We already nerfed them a good amount, I think, and they feel like they're in an okay place right now, maybe even over nerfed. But if you have suggestions on how to do that, feel free. Adding more fire support options, unfortunately, just isn't really realistic right now. There's a lot of voiceover production concerns with that, as well as other concerns. When can we expect the snow map to come out? There's no date for that right now, unfortunately. Will we be able to make holes to door with shotguns, a bit like Rainbow Six Siege? No, we don't have any plans for that. That could be cool, but I don't know, it's a little gamey. We'd rather doors be walls, right, that you need to figure out. You shoot off the hinges and knock it down, you kick it in, make some noise, you peek it. We don't really want that kind of, it works for Siege, but we don't want that kind of gamey meta where like you punch a hole into something and then you like inch your way over here and then perfectly fire through and cover an angle that way. That's fine for Siege, that's a part of their game, but we don't feel like it would add a lot of value to our game. It would be a technical consideration. We'd rather put our resources elsewhere. Hand Sanitizer asks, are you going to make Frenzy hardcore? Fuck yeah, we are. We're going to add the hardcore rule set to all modes, right? You're going to be able to apply it to whatever. Host it on a community server. We also want to have like an official playlist, kind of an experimental thing of hardcore push in the play menu, probably. We're still talking about that. That'll be really cool. Once we do that, yeah, like, man, I can't wait to play hardcore Frenzy. We might have to adjust Frenzy in general because it'll be fucking insane and difficult, but we'll see. Everybody wants to know what I'm drinking. It's just a root beer, all right? I'm drinking a root beer. Come, it's fine. As you can hear right now, there's like a party outside and they have food trucks and stuff. I'm a real wild boy. Encore says, bro, this is my favorite game. Thank you, bro. We really appreciate that, honestly. 7-6 says, Mikey, does your in-game character have a cowboy hat? No, he does not. But I do. You guys shooting for Sinjar this July? No, we don't have any confirmed plans for any of our maps. Everything you see in that roadmap, the train's coming. Everything you see in that roadmap is planned for 2019. For those of you who are watching, my name is Michael Surhas. I'm lead game designer for this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. If you guys want to ask your question out there on the Steam store page, please come on over, open up your browser, it'll only take a second. Twitch.tv/newworld. Give us your question in the chat. We would be more than happy to answer it. Any plans for weapon skins? Yes, this is something we would like to do. We're exploring it. Probably won't come this year, but could come next year. Batty says, cowboy hat in game when? Let me ask you, Batty, because you're an Army vet. How often did you see cowboys, and where did you deploy if you did deploy? Are you guys going to come down for Gamescom again this year? That's August, right? No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't think we can make it to Gamescom. I was there last year. I had a blast. We actually met the Farm 51, the World War III developers, who are also having a free weekend this weekend. If you want to check that out, check them out too. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun to hang out with them, and it was a good event. Literally everywhere. Cowboys were literally everywhere. Well, who would wear them? To tell us who would wear them. Convince me that it must go into the game, Batty, and we will consider. I gotta hear a strong argument. To reiterate on my melee charge question, you can't even fire the weapon. It puts down even if you have the room to keep the weapon raised. Right, that's what I'm saying. We did get a lot of feedback about that, and we hear you, and we're talking about solutions to that. Because I get it. The original intention is, oh, this will incentivize weapons of shorter barrels, so you can get up close to people, and it's better to have a shorter barrel, or you have a longer barrel and do better at long range. But it might be a little too extreme. When is the Xbox version coming? 2019 is our plan, later this year. Killnader says, no, I'll miss you guys last year. It was a blast to meet you last time. You guys are awesome. Thank you, dude. I remember you. I remember you told us your story, and we appreciated that, man, for real. It was really nice of you to tell us all that. I won't go into details out of respect for your privacy, but Killnader's a cool guy, is the short of it. Getting an old pic of me with a 50 and a cowboy hat right now. Okay, sure. Love to see it. With vote kicking now in game, are you planning on removing damage reflection? The magical damage doesn't seem very immersive. Lamau. Maybe. It is something we talked about, because we have vote kicking, and you could theoretically just kick a guy who's being a shitbag and griefing you. But at the same time, the team damage reflection does help, and it works, and it is more immediate, and it helps prevent people who might otherwise grief, you know. Sometimes you get a bunch of assholes in a server, and they'll try to abuse the vote kick, or they'll outnumber you, so you can't do anything. So team damage reflection is kind of like a last ditch. Maybe we could adjust the threshold. I don't know. It's something we could consider. Chaotic Trash says, what about a pro scene? What do you mean by that? What are you thinking when you say pro scene? Is there a way to know what all the medals we can win during matches are? No, we don't have any sort of documentation for that officially. Pace of Hardcore mode reminds me so much of the Hostile Intent mod on Half-Life. Yeah, I was a big Half-Life 1 fan. Played a lot of different mods, like a lot. I spent a lot of time doing that. I had a shitty computer. That was fun. But I never played Hostile Intent. But definitely we've heard that comparison before. Thanks for making this game. You're welcome. Mikey became the lead game designer. Congratulations. Last I saw of you, you were the community manager back in 2016. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's been a trip. I still do community stuff, as you can see now. I wrote all the dialogue in this game. It's like over 8,000 lines. It's a lot. We care a lot about voiceover and immersion. Trust me. And we all wear many hats. I wrote all the dialogue. I directed those actors. Do community stuff, design stuff with our design team and our various different technical designers as well. We wear many hats for real, and we care about this shit. So don't you worry. As in teams playing comp firefights, some sort of pro league, adds Chaotic Trash. Yeah, it's something we could look into. One of the approaches we like to do is we like to support the grassroots competitive communities, like the DGL, and there's a few others. If you're interested in hosting an event, you want to set up your own tournament, feel free to reach out to us. It's something that we could explore with you. Considering the possibility for suicide bombing for insurgents, there are already suicide bombers in the game. They're bots. If you want to do something like suicide bombing in the versus mode, you could just throw C4 at people and then detonate it, right? You could just blow them up that way, just like you could in any first-person shooter with a grenade or C4 charge or remote explosive. Or you could throw it down on the ground, have your friend pick it up, have your friend run in, and then blow up your friend. My friends have done that before, and it's pretty funny. Why are you hanging with us when you could be enjoying that sick party? No, I'd much rather be out here. That music's too loud. I got old man ears. I'm seeing a lot of, hold on, the chat's going really fast. Another question on weapon skins. Weapon skins, we cannot say. We don't plan to have them come this year. We're exploring the idea of maybe having them come next year. It is something we do want to look into. I'm sorry we can't be more committal than that, but I can say it's something that we are exploring and take it pretty seriously, because it was a big, something that a lot of people wanted in the surveys that we did. Encore says, wow, that is absolutely amazingly helpful. Thank you so much for the thoughtful setting. Oh, you're welcome. What did you do? What happened? I didn't see what happened. You're welcome. Any chance you might add civilians in the game, the co-op game, for immersion? Probably not. Like, we want to focus. That sounds kind of like a different mode. It's an additional thing that would be interesting, I guess, but it would require a lot of production and wouldn't really add that much to the game. Anytime we think about adding something to the game, it has to fit within the vision of the game. It has to be sensible production-wise. It has to be something that players want, and there's an opportunity cost. Like, if we added civilians into the game, that would mean we had to dedicate character art resources to that, and programming, and all these different things. Level design, even, to choose where they spawn and everything. And that means the maps are slower, the new character cosmetics are slower, and all the things that need to be programmed, like toggleable optics, for instance, that stuff comes more slowly. So is it worth it? To us, in our eyes, not so much, but you know, it's something we can consider for surveys, these kinds of questions, because we're not afraid to innovate or try new things. We just got to make sure it's something that people will enjoy. Are you going to add landmines in the game for security? Well, there are landmines in the game. They're anti-vehicle mines that you can use to blow up vehicles. We didn't want to add claymores, anti-infantry mines of any kind, because we just feel like they can feel kind of cheap. Personally, I've never been a fan. Ever since Battlefield 2, that really left a bitter taste in my mouth. Playing on striking Karkan and getting blown up by some dickhead sniper with a claymore. It's no good. Just feels cheap, to me at least, and I think some other people on the team kind of agreed. It's maybe for co-op only, I don't know, but we'd rather focus on other stuff. Proximity comm beep mute setting. Yeah, if you don't like the beeping when you talk on VoIP, or if you don't like the filter at all, turn it off. For anybody who's watching, we are live right now, twitch.tv/newworld. I'm one of the developers. If you have any questions about the game, please come on into the chat. Come on in and let us know. We're going to be playing the game in a little bit. Right now we're just focusing on answering questions. Oh, and there's a shitload of questions, okay. Relating to weapon skins, why do some weapons like the Mark 18 have a tan hollow sight when you equip, and others like the M4 have a black one? This is just aesthetic. This is just something that our weapon artists were like, oh, this would look cool, tan, with the tan weapon. In the case of the Mark 18, the Mark 17, those kinds of weapons. When we add weapon customization, one of the things we're considering and talking about is making it where you can just choose the color yourself per weapon. So you would say, oh, I want to unlock the black hollow for my Mark 17, or the green hollow for my Mark 17. You know, it would be your choice at that point. I've just been sent a picture of Batty holding an M82 A1, I don't think it's the CQ version, and wearing a cowboy hat and shooting it from the standing position. Alright, we'll be introducing a new full auto variant of the M82, and anytime that you can use it, it will have no recoil, and your character will automatically have a cowboy hat on top of them. So I'm convinced. I'll speak to the team right away about that. Roro says, what conditioner do you use? I don't use conditioner, I just use shampoo and water. How did you end up getting in contact with Karmacut and the others regarding the new mode? Funny you should mention that. Karmacut, he and Blue Drake and Drewski, all of them were doing this cool hardcore version of Checkpoint, right? By themselves, they just did it. They just modded the game by increasing the bot count, increasing the difficulty, and also turning off the HUD, playing with a smaller player amount on their custom servers, and they were just having a lot of fun. They were just taking it very seriously. They were just playing tactically themselves. And we thought, this is cool. It seems like we've got a hardcore audience. Let's make a mode for them. So I kind of concepted something. I ran it by the team. We all discussed it. It was very much inspired by what those guys had been playing, but with some big differences, like equipment loss on death, the slower movement, things like that. And the slower movement, man, it really changed things up, and it was awesome. I'm a really big fan. We're probably going to play hardcore when we get in soon. But yeah, that was... We reached out to them, we got their input, and we tested some stuff, and we found a mode that really works pretty well. We iterated on it a bit too. First it was just bolt actions that you respawn in with, then it became bolt actions with the secondary that you chose from before. Also, fun fact, Karmacut actually used to work for us. He was on our community team back when we were working on the World War II shooter, Day of Infamy. So, he's a buddy of ours. He's cool. Met him at E3, along with Blue Drake and Big Fry, and you can go to Twitter for that picture of all of us smiling. Rebel Actual says DUI is legit. Yeah, that was a good one. Killnader says, I can't shoot through the cars in the basement of Ministry. Is that by design? Shoot through means that when I'm aiming through the car's windshield or windows. Well, you should be able to penetrate them. Our bullets, we have a ballistic system, right? Bullets, they leave the weapon at a certain muzzle velocity. Depends on the barrel length, depends on the caliber, all these different factors. And then they travel through the air. They decelerate as they travel through the air because of wind and stuff. They drop because of earthly gravity. And as they penetrate things, they slow down more and more, and when they hit you, they might be slower. They might deal less damage. At a certain point, they just stop, and they just fall down. And that might be what's happening if you're shooting through like a bunch of different cars and a bunch of different materials. It's not just the material, like whether it's penetrating something, it's also the type of material, wood, glass, metal, the thickness of it, like just an inch or half a foot. All these things factor into it. If you're talking about the drivable vehicles, we deliberately increase the strength of those. If you're talking about the ones in Ministry, though, I'm not sure if they use the same glass. Is it intentional that the L106A1 and PF940 pistols have higher velocities than all the 9mm SMGs? Seem kind of strange to me. Well, that's something we could look into, yeah. We don't, just keep in mind, like, not everything in the game is, as I was saying earlier to Batty, it's not all, realism is a starting point, right? Then we go to balance. And there might be a little bit of quirk here and there with stuff like that. But, you know, maybe that's something that feels weird. I can understand, of course, that when you look at the stats, that does feel weird. Maybe it's something we could change. How realistic are the shotguns? We're definitely more realistic than most video game shotguns are. The range is a lot longer, and it's still lethal, you know. We have a incapacitation model, we sometimes call it in our game, like, even if you don't kill a person from one shot or two shots to the leg, you certainly knock them down and incapacitate them. That kind of stuff is a part of our damage model, and the shotguns work really well with that, and our shotguns are longer range. They're not like Resident Evil 4 shotguns that are all spread out and stuff. I'm a little worried that with the built-in customization features, that mods won't be allowed for anything already covered by those features. Will this be the case, or will you allow for custom clothing and voices and stuff? Just at me with the answer if this is already covered. No, it's okay. Thank you. Like, anybody can ask anything. It's okay. You're considerate to say that, but don't worry. It's okay to ask us. That's what this is for. And if it's a repeat question, don't worry about it. But yeah, with we do have to kind of figure that out internally, like what happens when we allow weapon customization, when we allow character customization, and people just start to put in stuff that they would otherwise have to unlock. Maybe we're okay with this because it's only going to be client side. It's always something they're going to see on their character, and that's okay. Like, that doesn't matter. We just have whatever character model or skin that they set for themselves, and others, it just gets overridden. Maybe that's fine. Maybe we don't have an issue with that. Orthlock Babaz says, this game is unplayable. We need barefoot sandals for insurgents. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Turn off your computer, pick it up, throw it out the window, and never play a video game again. That's the only way you're going to be happy. I totally agree with you. It's a travesty that there's no barefoot sandals. I can't believe it. I'll speak to the rest of the team immediately. Hang on, guys. Sorry, stream's over. Yeah, I'm just playing around. That's okay. Just being silly. If you're watching right now, welcome. My name is Michael Surhus. I'm the lead game designer on this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. We're answering all of your questions on Twitch, twitch.tv/newworld. Come check it out. Happy to answer your questions. We'll probably do another 10 minutes of a Q&A. And then after that, we'll play some Sandstorm. Do you use the 15 seconds of stream to turn motion blur back on? No. You're a fucking goofball, aren't you? You have motion blur on is actually your name. Okay, that's very funny. I'm seeing what's in that root beer. Oh, it's just root beer, man. Sugar. 33 grams of sugar, I think. Yeah, I shouldn't drink this. Soda's terrible for you. Don't drink soda, everybody. Never drink it. It's gross. Someone asked about Battle Royale. Okay. I think that's a joke question, but it's a good question. A lot of people have asked us, oh, would you ever add a Battle Royale game? You know, we have some special mechanics that make us unique, and it could be cool if we could have our own take on a Battle Royale style game. It's a popular mode. I like playing it. I was a fan of PUBG. I didn't get into Apex Legends yet. I do want to try it at some point. But it's something we've talked about internally on the team because we have people that like Battle Royale. But I'm not sure. I don't. It's just not something within our plans, and we're not sure if it's within our scope and vision. We'd rather focus on. We're okay with experimentation, but we would rather focus on the things that make our game special and unique right now. Maybe in the future we could do it, but as of right now, no plans. There should be dismemberment. There is. Will we have bayonets? Well, potentially in the future, yeah. It's kind of on our lower priority scale because, like, honestly, other weapon upgrades offer more value. Like the toggleable optics we'd like to have first before we start doing bayonets, and we gotta hook them up. It just takes some time. But, eventually, it would be nice if we could, have some bayonets. What nationality is Mikey? I'm right here, you can just ask me if you want. I'm an American. My ethnic background is a mixture of things: Greek, Russian, Hungarian, and British. Half Greek, quarter British, and the rest is a little Russian, a little Hungarian. Well, with the introduction of night maps, how will you tackle how the AI responds to factors like light, sound, and night vision? Well, it'll be different, right? They're not going to see as well, basically, is the short answer. We might also give them night vision, we might also give them flashlights that affects these things, but yeah, it is going to be different. Will flashlights blind you a bit like an Inst 2? Potentially, yeah. Like, you gotta be careful with that, because it can just be fucking annoying, and like, the meta becomes just get a flashlight and point it at somebody and then you win. So we have to see about that, but we're definitely gonna have flashlights. It's just, do we want them to blind? To what extent? We have to ask those questions. It's a playtesting thing. What about laser sight blinders, laser pointers? Yeah, we're gonna add, thank you, Kidium, we're gonna add a laser pointer weapon as a secondary. You just point it at someone, and if you point it right into their eye, you'll blind them and the screen will go black. And even if they disconnect, they can navigate the menus, but anytime they join a match, it'll just be black. They'll be blinded. Because we want to teach a lesson, never play with laser pointers. You'll go blind. Have you solved the night vision and smoke grenade interactions? I'm not sure. If you mean from the original Insurgency, I'd have to see. Honestly, I don't remember what the issue was between those two things. But yeah, let us know, please. Also, hi, Literalis. Good to see you. Riser says, can you stop ignoring my question? We're not ignoring anybody's question. There's a lot of questions coming down the chat. If we miss it, please just throw it back up in the chat. We'll do our best to answer it, no problem. Can you comment current state of competitive mode? Do you have esport aspirations? Well, as far as competitive goes, we do a lot of support of our competitive communities. If you're interested in hosting a tournament or anything, that's definitely something that we'd love to do with you, so feel free to reach out to us. We've done that with the DGL and other competitive leagues. As far as esports go, like, that's one of the ways we're trying to support it. Esports is kind of a vague term. Maybe you could be more specific if you mean something beyond that, but we do support community competitive leagues. And the game, of course, does have a competitive mode itself. One of the ways we're trying to further incentivize people playing our competitive mode is with exclusive in-game rewards just for competitive. Namely, we're going to have some, well, I'm not going to say what they are yet, but it'll be like what we're going to do eventually, what we're planning to do, is as you level up in the competitive rank tiers, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, the higher you get, the more exclusive the reward you get. And we also want to have rank decay, so people can stand to lose their things, but maybe only at the top tiers. We'll have to see. Beyond that, there's other things that we could do too. One of the things people asked for in the survey was the ability to host their own matches and like gather people together. That's also an option. That could be cool too, but that's a bigger technical consideration, so that would probably come next year maybe. I'm not sure. We still have to investigate if it's something we can do. Diamond 1 players, all 5 stacked to that rank. Changed my mind. Diamond 1 players are going to get something. They got something coming. When we introduce rank decay, Diamond 1 players, they're going to fall down. They're going to have to keep it up there. Dev livestream with a beer, I'm in love. It's a beer. It's a root beer. I'll tell you what. I'm a real party boy. Has there been any talk of buffing armor? It wasn't OP when you did nerf armor back in September. Now heavy armor fails to protect you from roughly 80% of firearms at close range. An important thing to remember, I think, is back when we did try to make armor a lot better during the alpha and beta, it didn't feel very good. The meta became just wear heavy armor. There's no reason not to. Yeah, you're a little slower, but fuck it, you'll suck all these hits. It was like stopping power in Call of Duty 4. Everybody just gets it because it makes you better. Or Juggernaut, which made you have higher health, just like armor. That's something that we could still tweak. It's still possible. We have discussed that internally more than once. It's just really important that we keep the game feeling very lethal. It's a part of our identity. Keep in mind, yes, as Steven Swires, one of our programmers, points out, armor reduces explosive damage, it reduces melee damage, and a lot of people do armor videos and comparisons, and they say, oh look, I shot this person once in the chest with at this distance, and they didn't die, and I shot them again, even though they had heavy armor. It was just one shot. Then I shot them with light armor, it was the same, and no armor, it was the same. There's no reason to wear armor. Well, armor is, as I was saying earlier with our ballistic system, if it's from further away, it depends on the caliber, it depends on the penetration, all these different factors, you might survive a hit from armor when you otherwise wouldn't have, if it's from a pistol especially. Aside from that, also keep in mind, like, not every bullet is always going to go into your armor. Not every engagement is a test of armor. You know what I mean? Like, if you get grazed in the arm by this particular bullet and then also get hit in the armor, if you didn't have the armor, you might be dead. If you had it, you might have saved your life. Health abstraction is kind of weird in first-person shooters, right? But that is something that you have to take into consideration. It's not like every bullet always goes to your chest. Heavy armor also gives you a groin plate, which will protect more of your torso. All that being said, not saying that there's not ways we can improve armor. We still could. We polled about it recently, but none of our data was really conclusive. We found that people were still using all the different options, all the different carriers, all the different armor options. But we hear some other people say, oh, well, there's ways that we could buff armor. Well, please let us know, and we'll look into it. It's something we'll consider. Also, getting shot in the arm leg reduces damage. That's not correct at all. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What I'm saying is, if you get shot in the arm and you get shot in the chest, right, from a particular distance, you might survive because you had the armor on, but if you didn't have the armor on, you might take more damage to that second chest shot, and it might push you over the 100 being your health, and then you die. There are situations where that might happen. And I'm only saying that as a note for people who are testing with armor and who notice, like, oh, one shot, it takes 2 shots to kill someone with armor on, whether it's light or heavy. Keep in mind, if you're only testing against shots literally into the armor, yes, that might be true, but you might be able to survive a shot with that armor cumulatively with the limb damage, is what I'm saying. Armor is garbage and the current meta revolves around not wearing armor. Okay, it's okay that you feel that way. Please let us know ways that you think it could be improved. Again, post on the forum and start the discussion. We're more than happy to have those conversations. We're open to improving the game, and maybe it's something we could poll about in the next survey. I've heard comp players say the same thing. Yeah, have them post on the forums too, honestly. Like, there's no resistance to what you're saying. It's a conversation to be had. There might be ways to improve it. If you're watching right now, welcome. My name is Michael Surhas, or Mikey, as I'm known in gaming on Steam. I'm the lead game designer for Insurgency Sandstorm, and if you are watching on Steam, you should come check us out, twitch.tv/newworld. We're answering all your questions. We're going to be hopping in game in a little bit here. If you get shot in the arm, will your accuracy decrease? No, that is not the way it works. You just take regular damage. It'd be kind of a cool mechanic. I once played on an original Insurgency server where you got shot in the gun or the arm, and you just straight up dropped your gun. It was kind of cool, but also just kind of annoying. It's just one of those situations where, like, this might be realistic, but also might not be realistic. Like, people get shot in the arm and they keep fighting. So it's a neat idea. Maybe that's something we could have in modding for Sandstorm. Flamethrower. The question is just flamethrower with a question mark. Well, we did have a flamethrower in Day of Infamy, but it wouldn't really be appropriate thematically, I think, for this current theater of the Middle East. It's not really something that's used very often, I would say. Flamethrowers in Frenzy. There isn't enough fire. Yeah, that would be funny. When FPS fix? Asks Dutch. Could you be more specific? I don't know what you're asking. Could we get a portal gun? No, Valve will sue us. They got all the patents on portal guns and portal guns in video games. What's the best way to take out the bruiser in Frenzy? That thing is a beast. Shoot him in the arms or the legs. Their head and their torso and their groin will spark when they get shot. This indicates, they're supposed to indicate that they soak a lot of hits there, but if you shoot them in their flesh, their fleshy legs or their fleshy arms, they'll take more damage. You can take them down faster. Just like in Escape from Tarkov. I don't know if Batty, you're still here. Remember, there's the leg meta, right? Shoot people in the legs because the armor is too good. Well, you can leg meta the bruisers too. Did you change how the flamer works in Frenzy so maybe he does constant damage to people nearly instead of dropping a Molotov on kill? It often just winds up being a cheap player kill. Well, hey, like, this is just the way that the enemy is, right? Like, we like the current flamer, how they engage the enemy, how they engage the player, because it forces you to think, shit, I have to take that person out before he gets close to me. And if they do get close to you, you have to think, shit, I gotta run away and have one of my teammates try to distract him or injure him, get him over to me, or to just kill him while I'm still running so I can escape the flames. We're pretty happy with the way the Frenzy bots are, so I don't see us really changing that. Are you aware of the issue with extended magazines and hardcore checkpoint where they don't appear on your pistol when you respawn? They only show up at resupply crates, otherwise extended magazines in your pistol are a point waste. Yeah, we are aware of that issue. They shouldn't be a point when you first spawn in, like at the beginning of the round. They should work, but there is a bug where you spawn back in and you don't get them. I'm gonna look right now, make sure I made a note about this. I did, yes, cool. Marks from Max says, you said that the bruiser is the best dropped with the arm leg shots, but I still think headshots are the best way. I'm not positive though. Well, maybe it's a bug, maybe it's not working properly. Let us know if that's not the way it should be, because that was the intention at least. Tom asks, how long will the stream go on for tonight? 55 more minutes, so another hour. Let's take a few more questions, then we'll hop in game, actually. I think it's about time. I'm sure people on the Steam store page are bored of just seeing a talking head. If you are watching on Steam, welcome. We have a free weekend running. The game is 30% off. It's $21 USD. You get PvP modes, co-op modes, competitive, all different kinds of things in a first-person tactical shooter experience that kind of straddles the line between arcade and simulation and takes the best from both worlds. We just added a bunch of new content to the game. We add new content to the game. New game modes, new weapons, new character cosmetics, new maps. All of it's free. We've been adding that content for free. We would love to have you join our community. Come over to twitch.tv/newworld. Let us know if you have any questions. Marksman says, I just wanted to say that I apologize for asking some difficult questions. No, don't apologize. We want to talk to the community. Like, we understand that you guys care about the game, and we understand that you want to ask hard questions, and you want to tell us what you want, because that's what you want, and we appreciate that. We want that honesty, and we need to be good at receiving that criticism, right? As long as you're respectful in the way that you ask these difficult questions and give us these requests, it's all good. It's no problem. We want to hear it, and we need to hear it, in fact, because otherwise the game doesn't improve. So, there you go. Hard question, what is the square root of... I feel like it would be a waste of time to answer that question, so I apologize, but I'm not going to be able to answer that. Did anyone on the team go to the Middle East for research? No, but we interviewed a lot of people who fought in various different countries over there, even very recently. And I'll tell you, we heard some interesting stories, and we got a lot of good research, even some good footage of stuff that, yeah, we did our research, I'll just say that. We can't go into more specific than that. Our game is fictional. It's a fictional conflict, but we did want to draw some inspiration from real life, and that's just what we did. A few more questions. Okay. Are there plans to add a minimum level requirement for the commander? No, we don't have plans for that. We don't want to bar the commander. We just want to make sure that we might explore other ways to make sure that you get a good commander, but just like gatekeeping in that way is not something that we don't see that as an ideal solution, and it might not even be that helpful, you know. Any plans to bring Dave Infamy over to the UE4 in the future? We, as of right now, we are focused on Sandstorm, PC content, and post-release content, the Xbox One and PS4 release, and potential future stuff that we're not talking about yet. We can't go into any more specifics than that. I've seen a lot of questions here, so okay, I'm just gonna have to take these next two, and then we're just gonna hop in game. Again, we can answer questions, of course, while we're playing, but might be a little more focused on gameplay. Question about support. All my emails have been ignored. Could you please tell us what the status on the Insurgency 2 official NWI servers? They've all gone down after I've sent a bug report to your support email. No community announcement made to clarify the status of the servers. Yes, this is something we did discuss internally. We haven't made an announcement yet, but please follow up on your emails. We can look into that for sure. It is something we're working on. We've just been really, frankly, really busy with the free weekend. There's been a lot that's been going on these past couple weeks. So please do follow up with us, and we'll do our best to sort that out. Desert Eagle Sidearm. I'm not a Desert Eagle fan personally. If anybody here has watched it before, they might know that. But as far as weapons go, like, we want to make sure we do stuff that people like, stuff that's thematic, stuff that that they would appreciate, that they've asked for. I think the Desert Eagle is something that does come up occasionally, but we'd rather kind of focus our resources elsewhere as far as weapons go. And the Desert Eagle is also just kind of honestly a bit of a wanky weapon, I feel like. It's better for us to focus on primary weapons for now, and if we do sidearms, I don't know. It's something we can consider, though. I admit there's some bias in my answer to that. I just don't like the Desert Eagle, but we acknowledge, and I acknowledge, that it's more about what does the community want, what's the biggest bang for our buck. We haven't really been focused on sidearms that much. We're more focused on the primary weapons. Okay. Any chance we'll be able to see weapons visible on third-person models, like rifles and launchers on each other's backs? Yeah, actually, we've tested this a couple times and it works, but we've just been concerned about optimization, so we've held off on it. We've had, like, it's been a conversation point in meetings, like, do we want to do the weapons on the backs? Are we ready for that? But, like, we didn't want to press it with the free weekend coming. But yeah, it's an option. You should be able to, or you should soon be able to do that, maybe in an upcoming update. Don't quote me on that, but it is something that we have gotten working in game and we do want to have eventually. Okay. Sorry if I missed your question. Oh wait, there's one last one. I see it. Right now, the Insurgents don't really have a counter to the PF940s. Just, fuck, it went away. Basically, would the Insurgents get PF940 equivalent like a Stechkin APS or APB? Maybe. Machine pistol, though, like a full auto pistol, not sure about that balance-wise. Could be expensive, I guess, but also could be kind of a cheap gun, and I don't know. We'd rather kind of have our secondaries be focused on being backup weapons. At that point, it's kind of like having a little shitty Uzi secondary. We'll see. Masquerade says the old disappearing question routine. Yeah, you're right, Masquerade. I'm a big fucking liar. I lied that the question got scrolled up, and then I just wanted to be difficult and extending the time it took to answer it. You're totally accurate in that observation. Let's hop in game, shall we? I'll just turn off the music here. We're going to play a little bit of hardcore co-op. For people who are watching on the Steam store page, welcome. My name is Michael Surhas. I'm a lead game designer on this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. Hardcore tactical PvP co-op competitive first-person shooter. Come join our community. It's $21 USD. It's on sale for $30, so 30 with 30% off, $21. We're going to play a little bit right now. We'll show you what the game is like. Come to twitch.tv/newworld and let us know what your questions are. We're still answering questions as we play. I'm over here and I'm going to just reorient my windows a little bit here. Please bear with us. Very good, very good. And we're gonna hit our nice little button here. Here I am in the corner of the computer screen, playing the video game Insurgency Sandstorm. Encore asks, how do we join your game? Well, you won't be able to join because I'm going to be just queuing by myself, but you can queue at the same time as me. Maybe you'll hop in. First thing we're going to do, though, is customize our character. Alright. So, in Insurgency Sandstorm, as you play, you unlock different equipment, right? You unlock all these different headgear items, these different camouflages, or just different shirt options, different shamags, different masks. All this is done, it's just purely cosmetic, it's just done through gameplay. Right now we're going to customize the characters and screw around a little bit. So let me just ask people in the chat, what kind of security professional should we create? Should it be a local Arab police officer who's joined the SWAT team and he's just making do with the equipment he's got? He might have some older gear. Should it be a high-end, bearded out Western special operations soldier? Should it be a 90s inspired Delta Force? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm hearing Desert Rocks, go as American as possible. A Dr. Disrespect inspired security soldier. Nah, Peshmerga, okay. I'm hearing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of different options. Let's not go the American route. That's very typical. Let's try out Walid El-Ghadi is one of our voice actors. Let me get a link for him. Just gonna post it real quick. Walid did an awesome job with security Arab voice of the regular. You can check him out here. He's also in our credits. Let's do a local fighter. Let's do a local fighter. Someone out there said Egyptian local soldier. Okay, well, let's bridge the gap. So we got the Western Special Operations dude, local soldier. Let's do Egyptian Special Operations. An Egyptian Special Operations soldier. I like the idea of that. So we're gonna go with something like Haval. Let's go with Mo. Mo short for Muhammad. For hair, well, we can't see the hair, but we're gonna go with swept back. Yeah, I think that looks good. Facial hair, well, he's special operations, so he's allowed to have some facial. We're gonna give this guy some fucking chops, dude. I like the sound of that. We don't know where Egypt is. North Africa is where Egypt is. This guy is, he's not, yeah, he'll have a tattoo. What kind of tattoo would he have? He wouldn't have Polynesian, I don't think. I don't know if there's a lot of appeal for that in Egypt. Skull and Roses sounds a little too Western for me. So's The Wire. Blackout's cool. Spartan is, I don't think an Egyptian man would wear a Spartan tattoo. Here's the beta tattoo. Let's go with the wolf. Right arm tattoo is gonna have nothing. Oh, I'm seeing a request for Blackout. Blackout is the best. All right, yeah. What kind of tattoo are we thinking here? I should just ask you guys. What kind of tattoo do we want? Let me know. Paper plane, Polynesian, Skull and Roses. What are we thinking? Plane. Plane, I heard it first. We're gonna go with plane. For voice.
Contact north. That's a bomb. Fucking MJ, get him.
As you can hear, this is the American Special Operations soldier.
Smoke. Everyone have their equipment. We have enemy west. Machine gun. Machine gun.
This is Walid El-Ghadi, as you guys heard. So we're going with that voice. Camouflage. Let's hop down to camouflage and get our guy looking appropriate. Since he's Egyptian Special Operations, he's gonna have Desert Rocks. This is straight up an Egyptian Special Operations inspired camo. Headgear, what do we want? What does our Egyptian guy wear? Patrol cap, maybe. Turtle shell, probably not. Too outdated. Beret, I don't know. He's too professional for wearing a big bright fucking red beret. Backwards cap, beret. Give him the cans. I'm seeing a couple berets actually. We could do a beret if you guys want. Roro says, thank you for putting locals on the security side. I think it's really important. Thank you. How often do you play a game that's set in the Middle East where you don't play as people from the Middle East? Like, they're always the bad guys. They're the insurgents only. But, like, in these conflicts, like, they're insurgent conflicts. What do you think the local security forces do, the police and the army of the country? So that was important to us. And me personally, like, I was really happy that we could find Arabic-speaking voice actors to voice these characters. And that's part of the reason why we're playing one today. I'm seeing a lot of berets, so okay, we'll go with the beret. That's fair, that's fair. But we're not gonna go full red. We're gonna go like a sandy beret, I think. Okay. Now, what do we want? Face wear. Do we want a mask? This guy's Special Operations. He's not from there. I don't think he needs to hide his identity. Or his chops. No, he wouldn't want to hide his chops. Gotta see the chops. Can we see the chops? No, we can't. Gonna have to skip out. Don't want to cover the chops. Eyewear. The goggles look a little fucking ridiculous, so I'm thinking maybe glasses? Yeah? How about glasses, but what color would it be? Orange. He's a high-speed shooter. How does that look? Yeah, good subtle orange. I like that. Marksman Max says, why do you have over 1 million appearance credits if you already own everything in the game? Lamau. Well, we did own everything in the game, but then I saw my appearance credits at 0. That made me feel very insecure about myself and worthless. So I screamed. I had a temper tantrum with one of the programmers, and I said, please, give me a bunch of appearance credits. I feel inadequate. And he went, okay, fine, Jesus, just get out of my room. It's after work hours. Go home. So now I have 1.3 million credits. Alright, so we're happy with the eyewear. Hands. Now he's Egyptian SOF. I don't know if he'd have like the Gucci soft padding ones. He might have knuckles fingerless or just knuckles. What are we thinking? Knuckles? Knuckles fingerless? I'm seeing some knuckles fingerless. Okay. We could go with that. I just want to see what Egyptian... Let me just check real quick what it looks like. I think I missed it. Where are you? Desert rocks. There we are. Okay. Yeah, those don't look too hot. I'm not happy with those. I don't want to overdo the camo. My guy has taste. How about tan? That looks pretty cool. Okay. Next thing is torso. Okay, so this is basically, does he have a basic ass blouse? Does he have a rolled blouse? Or does he have the Gucci stuff, the slim fit? I don't think he has the Gucci stuff. He's special operations, but you know, the Egyptians might not pump as much money in as we might expect as a Westerner would with their slim fit and their slim fit rolled. So I say we go with something like this. Maybe he's old school and he prefers wearing the older uniform. Rolled, I'm hearing rolled. Just what I was thinking. Legs, same thing. We're just gonna go with the regular trousers. He doesn't have combat pants. Feet, standard issue, and he tucks them in, I think. Black boots. This guy's old school. He's been around since like the early 2000s. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just got some standard ass black boots. Now the fun part. Now this is something new we added recently. This is equipment customization. We can customize it by vest, by light backpack, by heavy backpack. In the game, you can choose your armor, right? Your armor carrier. It's going to change your vest and everything. So we have to fit something, or we have to find something that fits. The camos could be cool, but he like this character would not have Tropentarn German camouflage, right? He would just have something else. Maybe he got some polypat. Maybe he got some polypat from some Western friends, or from some guys. I kind of like that idea narratively. But what are we thinking? We could also go with another color. We could also go with one of these camouflages. Discount Marpat. That would be here, Digital Desert, or Digital Woodland. What are we thinking? What's his family dynamic? Does he have hobbies? No, he doesn't. He's got an estranged daughter. He has a wife that he can't really talk to or communicate with. He's starting to like being out here in the desert, fucking sucking down sand and eating shit and doing shit in the shit. Like, he's just used to it, man. This is the only way he knows how to live. He doesn't have hobbies. There's a lot of him that's pretty sad. But hey, at least he's got some cool camouflage on. Best sand? Let's try sand. That's okay. That's okay. I kind of want to do a camo, though. Let's go with this one. Let's go with Digital Desert, I think. DCU? DCU's? Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. We'll go. DCU's alright. Okay, DCU or Digital Desert. Let's just make this easier. There's so many options. What do we want? Speak it. Speak between these two. I'm seeing more DCU. Okay, DCU it is. For the light backpack, this should be different. I don't think we want DCU here. What can we do with our man here? Green's different. Desert Smear? Desert Smear, where are you? looks pretty cool. It's a bit smeary. He's in special ops but can't afford to color coordinate. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so he's got Desert Smear Light. Now, for me, I'm gonna say he really splurged for his heavy backpack, and I'm just gonna say he's Polypat here. I wanna give him something. Alright. That guy looks pretty cool. Straight out of Cairo. Chops and all. Alright, so we're done with our security person. Now to the insurgent. What's our narrative here? Do we have a... We'll probably do it by voice. Is he a grizzled Russian mercenary?
Get back! Find cover! Okay, down! What the fuck was that? God!
Maybe he's a clandestine operative from a neighboring Arab nation.
I think I've been shot! Fuck! Contact northeast! I'll kill every one of you!
Or maybe he's just a run-of-the-mill vanilla insurgent rebel.
Enemy to the north! You did it! You did it! Shit, oh shit!
Let's go with the mercenary.
Masks!
And for face wear, is this a tacky mercenary? Is he gonna wear one of these shitty skull masks on? Does he have something to prove? And does he have something to prove in black or dark gray? Maybe he's gonna go ninja style. That could be cool. He should wear all red. Okay. Red man. Here we go. We got red. That's not red enough. I want something redder. Oh, this is some good red. Yeah. Now we're talking. Eyewear. Prescription? Nah. Shades? Nah. Aviators? Yes. Red. Here we go. Hands. There's no red option. It's dumb. Alright, black. Black leather. Black goes with red, as we all know. Torso? Oh, we're going red tack top. Black or white? Black or white? Black or white? Black or white? Oh, wait. Dark red? No, we want full red. Black? I'm seeing a lot of black. Black. Okay. Legs. Cargo. Perfect. Oh, wait. No. Track pants. What am I saying? Do we want cargo pants or track pants? Cargo or track? It's gotta be red. We're confirmed on the red. Track. I'm seeing track. Ooh. Track cargo. Track cargo. Cargo. Cargo wins. One more. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Why? Because he's not exactly the most tasteful dresser, right? He couldn't afford the full set. He just dyed his pants red. Feet. We're gonna go with red. I think we're gonna do red. Red and black. Equipment. Blue? Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Red. Digital red. No. Which is the reddest? Digital red or M81 red? Kind of like digital red. What are we thinking? M81 red. Yeah, okay, M81 red. There we go. Backpack. I'm thinking red. Maybe red. Yeah, red sounds good. Red. We could do another red. Oh, this guy looks sick. He looks so red. Love it. Got our Egyptian Special Operations soldier with an estranged daughter and a wife with whom he can't really connect. And a guy dressed in all red. A Russian mercenary. He's ready to go. Very funny. For those of you who are watching, by the way, my name is Michael Surhas. I'm the lead game designer of this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. We're about to hop in and play some of our co-op mode. We have PvP co-op and competitive modes. If you want to ask us questions, you want to join the fun, go to twitch.tv/newworld and chime in. Alright, let's play a video game. So, we could play one of our new modes here that we introduced in the last two updates. Do you want to play hardcore co-op? Show people the slower paced, more tactical experience? Where your movement speed, well, not just the pace is slower. Your movement is literally slower. Or the frenzy mode, with all the crazy zombies. Well, not zombies, but zombie-inspired enemies and special enemies. Seeing a lot of hardcore? Hardcore? Yes, play hardcore. I'm with you. We'll do Frenzy. We'll do Frenzy later. It's okay. We got time. We got 30 more minutes. How are the audio levels, everybody? Do I sound okay? Does the game sound okay? Cool, cool, cool. Well, then we're just gonna prepare a server and hop right in game. When is hardcore PvP coming? Great question. We can't say specifically when, but we can say it is coming. We're planning on adding a hardcore push version first, like as an option in the play menu that you can just match into, just like you would Frenzy or hardcore co-op on the right side. Probably, that's what we're thinking, hardcore push. It'll really just be a slowed down movement, maybe a little minimal HUD, but very interested to see how that plays, especially with our hardcore fans. We're also just going to add a hardcore rule set where you can just do any mode in hardcore. What class? As for the timeline of that, we can't exactly say, but that's our plan right now. What class is our Russian mercenary? Our red Russian mercenary? Quickly, quickly, they're going. Advisor? Ooh, missed it. No. Marksman it is. Oh yeah, we gotta use the anti-material rifle. Come on, let's be real. No laser sight. Don't need that. Let's try this. Don't really want a grenade. Oof, I am a slow man. Look at me. Running very slowly. Hey! Red man meets gray man. What's up, gray dude? Brother! You're alive! What's up? Oh, they want to talk to me. Oh my god. Red brother, you're alive. Let's go. Let's be red over here.
Mikey.
Yes? What's that? Rats. I forgot that... Oh, no, don't do that. I forgot that the anti-material rifle isn't that great at close quarters. That's okay.
I literally don't know where the fuck I'm at, dude. I'm fucking lost.
Let me just turn this down a little bit. I'll turn the voice receiver.
Red cargo. Red trap.
You weren't red enough. Can I see the outfit again? Sure. This is our red. Oh, he looks great. Look at this fucking Yahoo. This hooligan. This loon. Look at him. What a goofball. Who would dress like this? Only an eccentric mercenary.
No, you got another uniform, man.
Dude, I forgot, dude. I didn't even turn around to check you guys.
You can't forget the uniform, man.
Oh, yeah. My bad, dude. We're about to kill.
This is the last guy left.
Why do you have a mask on, bro? Damn, the cum man? The cum man? Van, the cum man.
He's going for it. He might make it, actually. I'm feeling more and more optimistic as the round goes on. Oh! 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 Use your sights! Use your sights! There you go.
Oh, damn, the cum man.
Good try, good try.
Very nice try, damn, the cum man.
I mean, would it be possible to take Flamethrower out of co-op? Any chance?
I thought we were practicing, dude. Can we just, like, play for real now?
Let's be real. Let's all take a deep breath. Let's all stop talking so fucking much. Let's just focus.
Remind me again. Are we the Mexicans or are we the
insurgents, rebels. Yeah, like a lot.
Alright. Or the Mexicans.
Let's just go quiet a little bit. Oof. Oh, that'll do it. This is an anti-material rifle, after all. Shit. Oh, where was he? Oh, all right. It's a good flank for my red brother. One of the important things with Hardcore Checkpoint is to communicate and work together and move slowly. We've been a little bit more erratic. I wonder if I could try a new class. Oh, they're all taken up. That's okay. One thing I will do is customize a weapon a little bit. For those who are just watching first, we have a system in the game where you don't unlock weapons, right? They're just available to you according to your class. So here I am, I'm the marksman class. I can choose whatever rifle I want. I don't have to play to unlock it, right? It's just there. But I am limited by my supply points. My supply points are listed right here. Right now I just chose a Mosin Nagant. I only have 10 points left, right? So I scroll through, and as I attach things, I'm going to be spending my points on these things, these attachments, these optics, these upgrades, like a greased bolt to grease my bolt. If you wet it down and you wet it and you wipe it down and you wet it again and you slide her in there, she goes real good. It's a greased bolt. Maybe a bipod, strip a clip. No, I'll keep the greased bolt, but I don't want the bipod. Laser sight. Laser sight's good. Maybe improve the pistol. There's a suppressor, laser sight, quick draw. That looks pretty good. Oof. You guys hear that party outside? Oh shit. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Could have sworn I heard him. Coming up on the objective. Ooh, what a surprise. Do we have a gas mask? Yes, we do. This one down. Ah, crap, there's more. My goodness! There's like 3 of them in there. That's one of my favorite lines for the mercenary. It's not often you get a lot of opportunities in a multiplayer shooter to characterize one of the characters, but there's little moments like that where you get the chance. Now if he pulls this off, if he kills them all, then all the rest of us will spawn back in. The way the game works, all of Insurgency Sandstorm's game modes, after you capture objectives, you respawn your teammates back in. There's no medics. Death is meaningful. You really gotta depend on your team and aggressive play to keep yourselves in the fight. This guy's doing pretty good. Stalemate means there's only one enemy left. Right there. Oh. Maybe more. What's the most popular map? That's a good question. I don't know. in the chat. I'd be curious to hear, what are people's favorite maps? Marksman Max says, I personally think that Ranger Green looks dangerously close to the black color that Insurgents wear. What do you think about Ranger Green as a color option? Well, we want to keep all the greens and the tans on the the security faction, generally speaking. We're more hesitant to allow those kinds of colors on the Insurgents. Sometimes there's a little bit of crossover, but generally speaking, we try to keep certain colors exclusive to a faction. Ministry, people like Ministry. Outskirts is awesome. Yeah, really loved Outskirts. Oh, I still love Outskirts. Alright, let's get serious.
There we go! They will die!
Marksman says, Max says, imagine using a Mosin with a capitalist optic attached to it. Hey man, I'm a merc, right? I'm just gonna buy what I like and what I trained on. And I trained on these red dot optics. Yeah, nice. We got him. Oh, still squirming. Any thoughts on a 5 versus 5 firefight? We have that. It's in our competitive playlist. You can play 5v5 firefight. As of right now, I think we'd rather focus on co-op hardcore checkpoint and also the new mode Frenzy before we go there. Rocket launcher. Whoop! Where? Left or right? I couldn't hear. Fuck! Ah, dead. I really like that dust kick up on those launchers. Damn, Dan. Good hit. You can melee in the game, as Dan just demonstrated. So, as you can see, in this mode, Hardcore Checkpoint, when you spawn back in, you only spawn back in with a bolt-action rifle, but you can pick up other weapons. So let's try the anti-material thing again, with the M82. That being said, I did still keep my secondary from before. But as someone pointed out earlier, I don't have the extended magazines. That is a bug that is known. Shit. We're just gonna do this. Oh, your friend. Hardcore Checkpoint is all about slow movement, careful movement, wearing all of one color, as this guy does, and I do. Oh, no, you're friendly. Good thing he was wearing some red, otherwise I would have shot him. So my teammates... Oh, is that an enemy? Pretty sure there was an enemy in there, right? Fuck. I've got just a few bullets left. I don't think I hit the guy in the window. Nah, fuck it. It sounded... Got him. I don't have a lot of bullets and it's not very practical. I still don't want to give up my rifle. Got him.
You're back in! I'm low!
Alright, fuck it. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was the wrong way to enter that room. It's okay, we're close. We almost got it. Oof. Didn't use his sights either. Oh, he's in there. There he is. That's penetration in action. A couple questions here. Any plans to give the new machine gun some purpose? Why would it take either when a PKM is only 3 points for its 100-round box? Why do you have to spend a further 3 points on top of a 4-point gun to bring them into the line? Well, the M240 Bravo and the MG3. The MG3 has a very high firing rate, and that high firing rate can really tear people up. The caliber is big, and the PKM's caliber is also big, that's true. But on the security side, they don't necessarily have a 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO kind of weapon, right? Oh, good. So here we are at our supply crate. We're going to be the advisor, just like people were asking before. We're going to get real mercenary with this one. The way... Nice. Yeah, perfect. The way hardcore checkpoint works is you only get your resupply point somewhere in the middle of the map. So here we are with it. We're going to fully kit out our assault rifle. Give ourselves a pistol, 1 flash grenade, a little bit of light armor, and we're going to resupply. There we go. Feeling deadly, feeling deadly. Okay. We do have our gas mask on for this kind of smoke. That's a friendly, right? Yeah, it's friendly. Someone says heavy carrier? Nah, man. Well, in hardcore... Normally I'd agree with you, but in hardcore I feel like you kind of need the heavy carrier. You might be alive for a while. Hopefully. There's a chemical gas, but that won't hurt me because I'm wearing my gas mask. Oh shit. Kitty asks, how do you join the AI team in the game? Oh, what, you want to fight? You want to fight me? We don't have the support for that. This is not like Escape from Tarkov. Might be a cool mode for the future, though. Oh, he's a friend. He's still squirming. Shit. Okay. Well, I have no idea where that guy came from, so I'm just gonna clear this. Thought so. Thought so. And we're gonna move into the room, and we're capturing. Friendly. Never mind. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, we got it.
Chista, Chista! Is everything alright? This fucking hurts! I'm alright, I'm alright! I have to reload!
Now we're gonna move up. Well, we got many targets. Many targets. Holy shit. Oh, they're running. Fuck. Gotta be a semi-auto guy. Oh, I got him! Whew. Okay. That was a tough one. Should I be aggressive and push through the smoke, or should I hang back and shoot? What do you think? I'm not gonna move till someone says it. Push through. Fuck yeah, let's go. Oh, I missed the party. Okay, how's my ammo looking? Oh, let's get a little more. Whoa! Gunfire every which way. More gas. More go. Whoa! Okay, he's dead. We're gonna do the push through thing again. And there's no gas now. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna keep the mask on. Oh, he's friendly. He's friendly. No, I thought those sandbags were people. Poner says, how do you check ammo count? Yep, you just hold R like this. Also, if you switch weapon. Once we die, we're going to switch over to Frenzy to finish out the stream, just so you guys know. So we're going to play more aggressively now. We only got 10 minutes left. Yeah, that's correct, yep. And we'll start taking any last questions that you guys have, too. Feel free to throw them in the chat. There were a lot of questions before, so we didn't get to play as much. Shit. As much, but that's okay. Aggressive play, running over here. Oh, it's dark. I wish the devs would add flashlights. Aggressive play. Aggressively engaging the enemy. Maneuvering on the enemy. Capturing objectives from the enemy. Reloading from the enemy. Going. Where's your friend? Where'd your friend go? Oh, we gotta defend it. Shit. Nice. Oh boy, they're around. Oh my goodness. Oh, dead. That's okay. So let's hop into Frenzy. That was hardcore checkpoint. As you can see, pretty slow-paced, very tactical mode. We wanted to change up our gameplay in a big way. And it wasn't just like the equipment loss that we introduced in hardcore checkpoint, but it was also the slower movement, I think. Even though that's like a simple change, I think that's the part that really made the big difference, I think, as far as making hardcore feel hardcore. That kind of experience you just saw, that slower movement from the normal Insurgency play that you're used to seeing, that's going to come also to PvP. Right now we're going to play Frenzy. Frenzy is a totally different pace. Just goes to show you how flexible our platform is. Man, I can't wait till we see what modders make. What class do we want, everybody? We're fighting zombie-inspired enemies now. These guys will run right up to you in melee. They will stab you. They will burn you. They will stab you really hard with their big, huge muscles. Or they will teleport over to you and they will stab you. I'm going like this for stab. I guess I mean slash. Demolition. All capital letters. Demolition it is. What kind of weapon do I want? What kind of demolitional weapon do I want? A lot of options. Could try the new VHS-2 with an explosive launcher. You're Egyptian, you gotta take the AK-74. Good point, I guess I will. I don't know if they're issued those, but certainly feels about the same region of the world. I'll take a Russian optic too. Suppressor, I'm not that subtle. Laser sight, macro, I wouldn't use the Makarov. I would use a 1911 with a quick draw holster. I'm gonna get heavy armor. I want to soak a lot of hits from the enemy. Heavy carrier too, need a lot of bullets. Let's roll. Tariq never gets any love. Aw, you're right. Tariq it is. With a quick draw holster. And we'll use that extra point and we'll get ourselves a flash hider. God forbid the frenzied insurgents see where the bullets are coming from as they run toward me. That'll throw them off. I'm glad that people like the tree, because that was definitely a weapon that not a lot of games use that we thought would be cool. So as you can see, that was the flamer. You kill him and he explodes into flames. Uh-oh. Shit! Okay, I think we're fine. Those were suicide bombers. Suicide bombers will run up next to you, then they will call their phones and they will explode. Reload. Any other questions? Last few minutes of the stream here, so feel free to ask. Those are blinkers. The blinker one I'm looking at right now, those guys teleport. Watch. Whoosh. There he goes. Oh, what? Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, we're in it. We're fine. You left the red squad behind. Oh, I'm sorry, Senator. You did a great job, by the way. I saw you, my red brother. Or sister, I don't know. What custom content do you look forward to mod tools come out? I want to see what total conversion mods people make. But that's, I guess that's an obvious answer because those are the thickest as far as content sandwiches go and community content. It's maybe a toss-up between maps and weapon model replacements because I'm really interested to see what weapon models people would like to see in the game to replace the weapons that we have now. Jesus Christ. Well, I did not intend for that. I did not intend for that. Christ. That was pretty cool, though. That could have gone a lot worse. Ah, I got flanked. That was a bruiser, I think. He sounded big. I actually wasn't using full auto for that, wasn't it? I thought I was using semi-auto. Someone got Molotov'd. Oh boy. Not a bad idea with the incendiary. Oh boy, that's the bruiser. The bruiser's big and he takes a lot of damage. Ooh. Deedham says, establish dominance in the chat. Oh, you were saying to use full auto. Okay. Someone asked about console news. No, we don't have any console news right now. For the last couple minutes of the stream, once again, everybody, my name is Michael Surhaus. I'm lead game designer on this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. If you guys have any suggestions or questions, please come into the chat, twitch.tv/newworld. More than happy to answer. For those of you watching on Steam, welcome. Thank you for checking out the game. It is free this weekend, but it's $30, 30% off though, so $21 USD if you buy it right now during this free weekend event, and then you own it forever. Not only do you own the game, you get all the free content updates that are going to come post-release. That includes new maps, new weapons, new character cosmetics, new game modes, all different kinds of fun stuff. That's the bruiser. You can focus down the bruiser pretty easily. There's the blinker blinking. Jumper, rather. We called him the blinker internally. Like in an RPG, the blinking teleporting ability, you get it. What's your favorite weapon in the whole of the game? I always get this question every once in a while. I'm never sure how to answer. Because each one has a different role, you know what I mean? I really like the shotgun, though. I'm a fan of the shotgun, and I like how we do shotguns. They feel lethal, they feel satisfying. But I also really like the Mark 18, because I'm a sucker for that platform. I don't know, it's a tough question. Nice pistol action. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. There we go. There we go. Oh. I better not stand still. Oh, okay. So in this mode, just like normal checkpoint, sometimes you'll capture an objective and you have to defend it against the enemy. In a counterattack. Like that. And sometimes it helps to get upstairs when your enemies only engage you in melee. What's this guy doing down here? Better get upstairs, dude. Sometimes the enemy will call in chemical mortars, so you want to put your gas mask on. Jesus. Alright, I'm going up. Fuck it. There's fire. I feel marginally safer up here. Oh fuck, we're losing it. If there's more enemy on the objective than friendlies, then they will capture it. We're gonna reload. Fuck. Oh fuck! Oh, the flamer turns into fire when you kill him. So I'm dead. Well, we've got Garrett and shoot JK stab. Oh my goodness. Clear it. You can do it. Oh boy. No, shoot him! Oh boy. He couldn't decide on a target, could he? There you go. Let me check. Alright guys, with that flamey death, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye actually. Let me switch things over here. Once again, my name is Michael Surhaus, I'm lead game designer on this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. Thank you very much everybody for coming out and watching these streams yesterday and today. This has been a lot of fun. It's been awesome to have this free weekend. It's been seriously super exciting for us, honestly, to be playing with all of you guys and showing the game to so many different people, going on the Reddit, seeing people excited, going on the forums, seeing people excited. Batty is up next. Batty is going to be streaming the game, twitch.tv/Batty, but you're going to see him here anyway. He was the one asking about the cowboy hat earlier and the 50 cows. He is a big fan of ours. He's a big fan of tactical shooters. Go check him out. You'll have a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've streamed personally, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for making it be this fun for me. I like doing it. I've been enjoying it. Been more focused on the design stuff and the other stuff lately, but it's nice to come back to this. And stay tuned for our updates. You know, we'll be in touch with you. We're on social media. We'll be making posts. Got a lot of cool stuff coming in 2019. Kara, if you want to link the roadmap one last time. Once again, twitch.tv/newworld. If you guys want to come back in, watch the stream. We're going to be streaming, hosting Batty. If you are interested in checking out the game, it's 30% off, $21. Co-op, PvP, all different kinds of modes. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for playing the game. Thank you for being nice to the noobs. And take care.